Hey y'all, hey, Amanda here, and today we are doing my empties video. So this is for December, November, and the items I finished up in October that I didn't include in my Italy or Vegas vlogs. So it's quite a full basket, so let's go ahead and get into it. The first, tried and true, my Hello mouthwash. I love this stuff. Going to consistently repurchase it. It's my favorite. Next, and this item is very wet because I literally just finished it in the shower before this. This is the Shikai Moisturizing Shower Gel in Yuzu. I used to buy this on Amazon, but I have found that they have it at a local grocery, a local organic grocery, and I'd rather give those people my money. So I've been buying it there, and we both really like the Yuzu scent. Austin uses this too. The next item I finished up is the Rose Jam Shower Gel. I love the smell of this, and unlike the chocolate one, which I also really love the smell of, this one has a much better consistency and much better lather. I feel like I don't need to replenish it on my little scrub mitt quite as much as the chocolate one. So this is one I would definitely consider repurchasing, and we are probably going to the mall sometime in the next month or two, so I'll probably stock up on a couple of these. The next item I finished, this is the Drunk Elephant TLC Glycolic Body Lotion with the 10% AHA blend, marula and shea butters. I tend to only use this one if I'm lotioning post shower at night because I just don't want to be in the sun with these chemicals, the AHA specifically, but this is a very nice one, and I will say I dry out quite a bit in the winter. We literally have a humidifier in our bedroom, and it is barely putting a dent in the dryness in our house, but this certainly helps, and it helps not fully prevent but mitigate a little bit some of the ingrown hairs and stuff just from being in pants and leggings the whole season. So I do like this. This is more of a necessity product. It's the Bausch & Lomb Bio True. This is contact solution. This is the only one that doesn't really irritate my eyes, and this was my travel size I finished. I already have a new travel size, but I do really appreciate that they make them in these smaller sizes for travel. And I, of course, have multiple backups of this and will repurchase it. Speaking of travel size items, I have quite a few. You're going to see a lot of them. I finished up this Necessaire the Body Lotion, the fragrance-free one, because I'd much rather smell my perfume than my lotion personally, and I'm not someone that feels the need to double up scent. Obviously, I cut this open to get every little bit. I love this lotion as an everyday lotion. I have the big tubs of it that I always have on hand. This is my favorite everyday lotion, and I will continue to repurchase it. And I have a second one. I used up a lot of this apparently. Let's just keep chugging through travel size items. Another necessary item, this is the body wash. I usually don't feel so pressed to have a travel body wash with me. Almost every hotel has that kind of item, so I'm not usually going to be seeking this item out. It is a perfectly fine body wash. I don't know that I'd repurchase it because I have a favorite body wash for at home, and I just, unless we're going to be at an Airbnb or something, I might consider repurchasing this, but usually we're going to be in a hotel, so I don't really have a need for this, but it's perfectly fine. It's a great product. Finished this Lumi travel size deodorant. This is in the soft powder scent. I prefer the tangerine scent from Lumi, but it's a good deodorant. It's probably the best deodorant as far as if you are incredibly sweaty or incredibly stinky and you need something easily accessible and something, at least for the non antiperspirant one, for the regular one, something that doesn't like really stick to your clothes or ruin them. Those three things together Lumi is really good for. But yeah, I prefer the tangerine scent. I wouldn't repurchase this, but I would repurchase a travel sized one. I would just hopefully find the scent I like. I finished up this Tower 28 SOS Daily Rescue Facial Spray. When I travel, I like to use this as my toner in my skincare regimen, and it's a great product. You could spray it liberally and you don't really have to worry about your clothes. It doesn't seem to leave any like weird marks or do any chemical changes to your clothing when you wash it, which I really appreciate, and it's just a really nice product. I have a few samples, a few little packets. I've used the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen SPF 50. It's perfectly fine. It's not something I'm gonna wear daily. I don't think it works well with makeup, or at least my makeup. I find throughout the day, as the day goes on, if you like brush your face or something, it can get kind of peely. So I wouldn't purchase this, but it's perfectly fine as a sample. I'd request that sample from Sephora again. I just would never buy the full product. And then I have the Isle of Paradise Beautifully Balanced Body Butter. This was fine. I recently bought, I think it's a Youth to the People body butter. That is nice. That is a nice body butter, so I'm quite fond of that one. This one was just okay. Then we have, what is this brand? Solwusa Gentle Cleansing Foam Mousse. This was very foamy and it was a good cleanser, but I'm not finicky about cleanser. I'm just going to use the Pacific ones that come in a pretty big bottle. There's a lot of product. They last forever. They're fairly affordable. So yeah, wouldn't repurchase that. And another of the Supergoop samples. Yeah, like I don't mind getting this sample. I will use it for days I'm just at home, but I don't really like it as a product for daily use. It's not something I'd buy. I finished up this David's toothpaste. This is the Sensitive and Whitening, fluoride free, sulfate free. I like the David's toothpastes. I wouldn't seek them out to buy them on my own, but whenever they came in my subscription boxes back when I used to get a bunch, I was totally happy to get one. So it's all right. I just prefer the Hello toothpaste. I did this just the other day. This is the Avatara, I don't know, Juicy Pineapple Exfoliating Pineapple Mask. And this was lovely. I thought this made my skin feel really nice. So this was a nice little treat the other day. I finished the Olaplex Hair Perfector number 3. So it repairs and strengthens for all hair types. This is like you get in the shower, you wet your hair, you get it mostly dried off, and then you put this in for like 10 minutes or so, and it leaves your hair like really noticeably silkier, smoother, and just like feeling healthier. I obviously bleach a lot, so it's definitely something I need. I will say I only use this once every 3 to 4 weeks or something. At least that's how I do it, because I've been told that using these type of products too frequently can have a reverse effect and then in turn damage your hair or something. So be careful with it, but I really love it and will always repurchase it. I actually was traveling with one. I had a travel size one too, which I can't find anywhere. I can't find the travel size anywhere unless you buy it in like a little multi-pack, like a little gift set. I wish they sold the travel size one. I am tossing this little e.l.f. sharpener. I've barely even used this, but this part does not stay in. It made a huge mess in my makeup bag in Italy. So yeah, that's freaking annoying. If it doesn't stay on, it's pointless. So I'm just gonna toss that. The Trixie Cosmetic ones are really good. I recommend those. I finished up Florence by Mills Hit Snooze Lip Mask. This was a gift. It was a perfectly fine lip mask. I don't know that it did anything remarkable for my lips. I wouldn't repurchase it, but it was fine and it smelled good. It smelled, I can't really smell it anymore, but it smelled nice. This is the Calm Mood Mist. I think this came in one of my subscription boxes a million years ago. I basically used this. It's just kind of like a nice smelling mist. I used it to spray over our bedding once in a while when I made the bed. So this is kind of useless to me. This is just junk. But I finished it up. And then I finished up the Youth to the People Spirulina and Microalgae Kale Spinach Superfood Skin Reset Mask. Longest name ever. My lid had cracked a while ago, so I made this a priority to finish. I kept it in my little cosmetics fridge so that it would at least kind of maintain a little better. I didn't notice it get funky, so that's nice. This is like a dark green mask, and it feels really good on the skin. It actually feels really good when you keep it in the fridge and then you apply it and it's nice and cool. Loved that. But yeah, this was a fun one. I don't know if I really saw much noticeable result from it, but it was fun to use. Oh, I have 2 fragrances. The first is a sample of the Ellis Brooklyn Apple Love I love when I get these samples and I can throw them in with my travel stuff, so I have like little minis to travel with. So that's one of my favorite perfumes, if not my favorite perfume right now. I love Apple Love. I really like a lot of things from Ellis Brooklyn. And then the second I have is Penrose Cuddle Punk. Now, I had gotten a sample of this and I really liked it at the time, and since then I've decided I don't think it's for me. I do really like the smell, I don't know if this is me. This doesn't read me, so I'm not going to repurchase that. And next we have two makeup items. The first is Medusa's Makeup Witchy Liner. One side is a heart stamp and the other is like a foam tip liner, and it's okay. It's a fine liner. I wouldn't repurchase it. I'd probably just try something new. I feel like I'm not super committed to any liner right now. And then we have the Tartelette Tubing Mascara from Tarte. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. I love how easily it removes. I definitely repurchased this. It reminded me a lot of the Thrive Cosmetics one that just tubes up nice and comes right off. I think I'm finding I'm a tubing mascara person just because of the ease of removal. So once I go through what I have, I'll probably commit heavily to tubing mascaras. But yeah, this is a really nice one, and the brush is nice too. It's those little like spikes, but they're not stabby. I don't know if that makes any sense. They're not like stabby spikes. They just are nice applicators. I don't know, but I like this one. Two more items. We have the Paula's Choice Skin Recovery Dry, Very Dry Daily Moisturizing Lotion Broad Spectrum SPF 30. It's just a sunscreen and I finished it. It's perfectly fine. I think I got this as a freebie, so I probably wouldn't repurchase it. I feel like Paula's Choice sunscreens are like maybe just a little more expensive than a regular sunscreen. Although I buy Sunbum, so I could be lying. I could spend more money on sunscreen than I realize, but I just like the Sunbum ones. Austin likes the Sunbum ones. He doesn't have any issues with the texture or the scent, so that's the one I'm just gonna keep buying because it's easier for my family. But this was nice. I would not be mad if I got another sample of this, or a freebie of this. Last item, and this is the Pharmacy 10% Niacinamide Night Mask. Smooths and refines pores, vitamin B. So this is what I use as my evening moisturizer. Although I have moved back to a Drunk Elephant one for now. I just feel they're a little more moisturizing with it being so dry in my house in winter. But most of the year I'm using this one because it's moisturizing enough, but it isn't thick. It isn't like uncomfortable. I don't feel like my skin's suffocating. Sometimes I feel like that. So I really like this one. I already have a backup and I'm quite fond of that. I feel like I've been talking for 100 years. So that is all of my empties for December, November, and parts of October. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them down below. Subscribe if you're interested in sticking around, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye!